Hi there, everyone. So today we're going to be looking at how to write a quadratic function in vertex form when you're given a point on the parabola and the vertex itself. So first we should probably review what vertex form looks like. So vertex form, for those that have forgotten, is y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. When we talked about transformations, we remember that A makes the parabola have a vertical stretch or compression. It could also reflect the parabola across the x-axis. The H value creates a horizontal shift left or right, and the K value is a vertical shift up or down. But we also have to remember that the H and the K, if we write them together as a point, is also known as the vertex. Okay, so that's why it's called vertex form. So we have a lot of what we need already because we are given the vertex. So we already know H and K. And I highly encourage when you're doing this to label them H and K. So the -2 is the H and the -6 is the K. But the problem is to write something in vertex form, you don't just need H and K, you also need the A value, which we don't currently have. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the other point, -812, and plug it in for x and y. I'm also going to label those. And then we're going to use nsolve in our calculator to solve for a and find out what a is. So I'm going to start by writing the equation with what I do know. So in that spot inside the parentheses, I'm putting the h value, which is -2. So notice that it's a double negative. This is a time where instead of writing it as x minus -2, I can just write it as x plus 2. Double negatives do become positives. The k value is -6, so instead of a plus, it's going to be a minus. So our equation is actually almost there, guys. All we really have to do is find that a value. So like I said earlier, we are going to take the x and y, and we're going to plug them in for x and y in the equation we just created. Okay, and use the calculator to solve. So our y value is is 12. The x value is -8. And now we are going to plug it into our calculator to solve for a. Now I will go ahead and give you a note on the Inspire calculator. It does make you put a times right after the letter A. I'm not sure why it does that, but it is very important. Make sure to put that times when you're putting it in the calculator. In your calculator, you're going to go to a normal calculator screen, or you can click right here. Okay. We are using nsolve or numerical solve. You can actually just type nsolve using the letters at the bottom of your keyboard, or you can go to menu. We are in algebra class, so choose number 3. And it's called numerical solve, so it is number 1. Type in the equation exactly as you have it. 12 equals A. Don't forget I told you to put a times after the letter A. Parentheses, -8 plus 2, close parentheses, then put the squared on the outside, and then -6. One thing a lot of people forget to do, and they get an error, is they hit enter and it says, oh no, there's a problem. Because inside those parentheses, we need to put a comma, which is down here in the bottom left-hand corner, and then the letter A. You're telling the calculator, please solve for A. You're telling it what variable to solve for. And then you hit enter and it will solve for A. It did give us a decimal. A lot of times on state assessments like the STAR test, it does want it as a fraction. So here's a way to get that as a fraction. Menu, number, because we are trying to change the number into a fraction, and then approximate to fraction number 2. Hit enter, and it will tell us 0.5 is 1/2. Now I know most of you know 0.5 is 1/2, but you might get other fractions that are a little trickier. So we now know our A value is 1/2, and we can rewrite that equation at the bottom. We're going to use this one, right? Because it is the equation that all it's missing is that A value. The H and the K, you can see we had already plugged in. So y equals, our a value we said was 1/2 x plus 2 squared minus 6. Remember guys, the only reason for the point that we plugged in was to help us to find the a, because we already knew the h and the k in the vertex form. We only needed that a, and we used nsolve to help us do that. If you need any help, please raise your hand and ask your teacher. Have a good day, guys. Bye.